Hello, konnichiwa. My name is Marit Shirin Carolasdotter and I am a freelance choreographer living in Umeå in northern part of Sweden. And I was an artist in residence in Kofu in area Yamanashi in 2019, where I started a project named Humans and Soil. That is an artistic project that involves speaking about indigenous people's rights to body and land. And I went to Yamanashi to do research in dance and through choreography, also including the people of indigenous heritage in Japan, which is named the Ainu people. And since then, I've been working full-time with Humans and Soil. I have also worked with other indigenous peoples here in the north, called the Sami people. I am discovering my own indigenous heritage from Sami in Sweden and Kurdish from Kurdistan through my art. And I'm really happy to continue having a connection to Japan through this event, and I hope that I can be there in person really soon. So my time in Kofu was very special to me, also because I got to meet other artists from Korea, from the United States, from Japan, and to connect just really well with other types of art forms, and it has inspired me a lot and been with me ever since. So that's why I long very much to go back someday. My time in COVID, the year after I've been to Japan, was quite challenging in the sense that I'm so used to travel and to meet new people, and I'm also very used to dance with other people, and for 2 years it was quite impossible. But I managed to keep myself busy, and very busy in front of the computer. During Corona, I learned how to become a producer for my own work. And I also took a master's degree in international performing arts during that time. So applying for higher studies in the university was a very good timing for me during COVID. So I am quite grateful for that time. But now I'm ready to be out there again and do even more to further talk about the situation that we're in the world and how it will affect us in the future, and how deprivation of freedom is also still a question. So the restrictions are not gone yet. We're facing new challenges, and I'm trying to practice being authentic and true to my own work and to myself, and to calm down a bit when it comes to traveling or being in movement all the time, which is very easy to become very busy as a choreographer these days, but I try to keep myself grounded. So although we had COVID, I wasn't so active in making any kind of film productions or video documentation of dance. I'd rather sit down and write my master's paper, which gave me a lot. So for this edition of the festival and the event in Japan with you, I wanted to share 2 of my works that I've done previously, which is just to give you an idea of the kind of work that I'm doing, and that the subjects that I talk about and try to perform in these films are also actual today. So I'd like to keep it's up to you how you interpret them. But I think that the first movie, in between, it brings up, for example, the right to the female body and the right to choose over your own body. And the second movie is for you to get a little insight in my life as dealing with two indigenous identities and how that affects me. So it's what motivates me to create dance performances, is to keep a dialogue with human beings, and most of all now it's about trying to understand what are your relationship to Mother Nature, to the ground that we're walking on, to what we need to keep for the future generations. What is the actual relationship to the ground and the nature? So my future goal with this is to continue create work where I get to be brave or practice being fearless, and not only telling my story, but continue to tell the story of other artists and people around where I live, and also internationally what they are going through and how we can connect to each other and create more empathy and understanding to ourselves and to each other's relationship to the ground that we're walking on. So my future goal is to further connect with that and to connect with nature myself, and just to keep going, keep investigating what this world is about and what is art for me. Like how do I create? What is my creative process? It's still a learning process for me to figure that out. And of course, one other future goal is to go back to Japan and go back to Hokkaido especially, and to continue creating work for the indigenous peoples and the sort of activism also that I'm doing, and further connect. So thank you for taking your time to listen to this introduction, and I hope you enjoy the videos, and don't hesitate to contact me if you have any questions, or you can go into humansandsoil.com and learn more about that, or write me a message. So, arigatou gozaimashita. Thank you so much for listening. Talk to you soon.